What's up, everybody? This song may be a little too mellow, you know what I'm saying? We need to pep some stuff up here. What do we got? What do we got? Oh, yeah. Much better. How's it going, everyone? Welcome to the stream. Happy Monday to everybody. Hope everybody had a good day today. A productive day. Let's see. First things first, I've got a new poll that I'll try to remind people about throughout the stream. Be sure and take the poll. So the other one that we took said that people wanted an action game with a good story. And so once we finish the game that we're playing tonight, Where the Water Tastes Like Wine, we're going to play a game called Alpha Protocol. Tim said that I have tuberculosis. The dreaded consumption. Thoughts and prayers, heart reacts only. Thank you. I was trying to keep it quiet, but I appreciate it. How are you guys doing? How was your, did you guys go to the track? Did you, do some laps? How'd that go? Yeah, well, okay. Then I think that means you're doing it right. If it's awful. So anyway, we're going to play Alpha Protocol on Mondays after we finish this. So I put up a new poll for Tuesdays after I finish playing Scary Stuff. Looks like some results are coming in. That's cool. I saw it live as you guys picked it. So that's cool. I just pick up. We've been playing a lot of just like walking around games recently. And so, trying to get back into some actual gameplay here. But we still got a couple streams of this game left, so we'll go ahead and jump into it. But and you guys in particular haven't really watched a whole lot of this, I don't think. Whatever category wins, put another poll of 4 to 5 games from that category. I could do that. Some of them, yeah, it would be more like 2 or 3, because a lot of my games are just walking around games. I gravitated toward that for a while. But that's a good idea. It's a good idea. Oh, what I was going to say... So I'll get the game started here, but what's up, Taylor? It is the Penguin shirt. I don't own Dwarf Fortress, so definitely not gonna play that. But so I've been playing this game all wrong. I haven't been utilizing like one of the main mechanics in the game. One of the main things that happens in this game is as you tell these stories to people, they get stronger. Like, people change them and add to them and stuff. And and I never really knew what the point of that was, but evidently when you're on at these campfire things telling your stories, if you tell a fully upgraded story, it just like blows through it, like, and that makes a lot of sense, and I should have figured that out, but I didn't. I gotta get my controller working here. One moment. Ba-ba-da-bop. There we go. So we'll see. So what we're gonna do here. Now, who is this that we're about to talk to? It's this person that we have met before, but so let's go in here and let's just get all of our fully upgraded stories out. And just see just see how quickly we can blow through these. Because I should have known that upgrading them did something. Otherwise, why would it be in the game? You know? You know? Can't believe I was so stupid. So we could at least change these out because they're a little stronger. I'm trying to think if I can give you a little list of the games that I have from those categories. I know for platformers, I've got Ori and the Blind Forest that I haven't played. I have a game called PID, P-I-D. I also have Owlboy, which I thought was a platformer, but maybe something else entirely. It looked like a platformer, but I was looking at the store page today, and I think it's more puzzly or something. Racing games, I just sort of had to come up with another category. I have some kind of F1 2015. And there was something else that I don't remember off the top of my head. FPS games, I've got Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six, 1 and 2. I have the game Homefront. Oh, actually, I need to change out. No. Well, I just want to. I have a game called Cryostasis. It's a first-person shooter. Yeah, I'm positive that I got it in some kind of Humble Bundle. The racing stuff. So I don't know. I couldn't think of another category. And then RPGs, I've got those Penny Arcade games. I've got the game Cthulhu Saves the World. And a game called Breath of Death 7. I think both of those came together. Got something else, I don't remember what it is now, though. Alright, well, we're all spec'd out here, so let's see just how quickly we can get through these, this campfire.
I'm from a long line of people that moved on.
I feel like Spotify music might be a little loud for this, but...
My grandparents came from Germany because they had to. My husband's parents came west to Ohio, then Missouri, then Oklahoma. And my husband didn't have the courage for it in the end. He'd rather drink and die than fight and live.
So, this is going to be another depressing one.
Anyway, I'm looking for a good laugh.
Yeah, I can tell.
Do you know any funny stories?
I do, and they're all so strong!
Give me a moment just to catch my breath.
See, but that didn't seem to
Joy.
work like I thought it would.
Well, my husband's mother, Vivia, was a cuss. She told me once, it feels like a pretty good vengeance just being alive still when the world wants you dead. I've had a hard day. Do you know any
That's all I
hopeful
got out of that one.
stories to cheer me up?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. How about these girls?
Thank you for sharing that one. I feel a little better now.
Okay, yeah, that seemed to do pretty well.
I loved my husband up to when he took my girls back home. He said he'd rather lie down and die on Oklahoma soil than be spat on here. Well, I can't love someone that gives up, man or woman. Been so long since I last chuckled, I'm not sure my mouth can do it anymore. Can you tell me a story that'll make me laugh?
Oh my gosh, all you people are so depressing. It's the most depressing game. And which one is funny? Ain't none of these funny. Yeah, definitely not in. The zombie who worked in vaudeville. That's supposed to be a funny one, I think. Maybe. Maybe. Yes.
Oh, my sides hurt.
Okay, so yeah, that cleared that level.
Well, look at it this way. Even if my children live, going back to Oklahoma, how are they supposed to grow up? 2 little girls with no woman to tell them how to manage. They'll come out wild like my husband's sister Bunny, running around in lipstick and overalls at the same time.
Bunny. Boy, you really, I feel like you set a girl up for just a few different options in life if you name her Bunny.
Anyway, know any good hopeful stories to share? I could sure use one.
Hopeful stories. I think the seagull one is supposed to be hopeful, right? It doesn't really matter anymore.
That's a good one. I'll try to remember it when I'm out in the fields. The future. Do I look like I'm gonna be here in a few years' time? Every year it gets harder picking, and someday I won't be good for it at all. I'll have to find something else. But I will, because I have to. Been so long since I last chuckled, I'm not sure my mouth can do it anymore. Can you tell me a story that'll make me laugh?
Yeah. No, not really. But, like I said, it doesn't matter anymore, so... I don't know what kind of story this is supposed to be. So.
Give me a moment just to catch my breath.
Catch my
Just
breath.
Say you can choose to steal or not, choose to work hard or be lazy. But you steal if you're too hungry not to. And that's not a choice you made. California isn't what they told us. It gets cold here at night, same as anywhere. And the people here weren't happy to see us coming. We spend all day hungry while we're picking lettuce and apricots. Abundance all around. But we don't dare touch it. And there's no more west to go. I'm headed this way to the next job.
Well, you're all the way in
Say hello
California.
if we cross paths again, alright?
So, they cleared her out, but she's really far away now, so we can't really finish. Oh, no, well, we're almost in California. We're in the bottom of Nevada. You guys say Nevada or Nevada? Probably hard to differentiate that in text. All right, well, let's... Yeah, okay, yeah, thanks. I walked right up into that one, didn't I? Alright, well, let's track her down and finish her off, because her story's so boring and generic that she's clearly not going to have 4 chapters. And then we'll head all the way up top. Clear those 2, and then we'll try to do one of these in the middle here. And that'll be our plan. Now, where... Donde está California? I told myself we'd pick up stories along the way if we saw them, so... we gonna do that. She's telling everyone about the whippoorwill watching for death. It's clearly the story of the drunkard lineman, but changed in a few interesting ways. The whippoorwill watching for death.
Motor's running, and nobody's driving. Flies buzz the windshield. Beyond the van is a driveway, paved through cut green grass to the top of the hill. There you see a squat, rustic mansion. The sun turns your back down.
Let's go to the house.
You arrive in the driveway panting, tongue dried out. A woman is sprawled face down on the lawn. Pink skirt, white shirt. Her copper blood staining the grass.
Oh.
Another one. A man in
Another
waistcoat
one.
and boots, slumped by the doorstep. Scrawled across the door in red is the word pig.
Oh no. Did the pigs do this?
She hangs by a
Oh my
noose
gosh.
from the ceiling
What?
beam. Blonde, dripping blood, and pregnant. She's in her underwear. And though you only have a glance to go on, you could swear that she's smiling.
That one was kind of dark to start out with. Sorry about that. Oops. Tim, if you're still out there, I've listened to that Potato Salad song a few times today since it came up on Spotify. I thought I saw that you had been too. It's really good. I'm excited for that project to actually happen, whenever that might be. Yeah, I need to watch the video again. I also hope that the Kanye Chance the Rapper thing isn't delayed as much as Kanye's just album is. I haven't heard anything about that. What's this guy doing? Story of intelligent cows who took over the owner's house. Oh, I didn't even see what he added to it. Cow landlords who evicted their human tenant and lived indoors. Here we go, Bertha. You can transform for us? Yeah, you are. What are you? Ooh.
Anyone ask you to join the communists?
Join the
You
commies.
folks out here have been telling me I should, but I'm not much for joining things. Still, we've gotten to a time where you can't just tell poor folks to move along.
Just turned into like Moses or something.
There's nowhere to move along to.
Yeah, maybe so.
Been so
And then
long
people were
since I
like,
last
no, you
chuckled, I'm
probably
not sure
can't.
my
He was
mouth
like,
can do
no,
it
just
anymore.
watch. And,
Can you
oh,
tell
by
me
the
a
way.
story that'll make me laugh?
Well, and it wasn't even, like, has he even said anything about it? Because I know it was Kim K, who was the one who said it was coming out on Black Friday. I don't even know if he said anything about it. I've also read, though I haven't, like, looked at any tweets or quotes or anything, that, so now people are like, maybe Taylor Swift is the one we should have backed in this race instead of Kanye. A story that'll make you laugh. I think you've laughed me out of all my stories, so let's do. Let's do our wild cards here. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Oh, my
I know what
sides
you mean,
hurt.
Dan.
There isn't much point in looking back all the time. My husband did, and it sapped his will to go forward. Anyway, I'm looking for a good laugh. Do you know any funny stories?
You gotta stop asking for funny ones. I only have so many.
Give me a moment just to catch my breath.
Catch my breath.
Love? No. Peace and quiet, that's what I look forward to. That stillness. When there's no one telling me to do anything. Anyway, know any good hopeful stories to share? I could sure use one.
What about a bunch of friggin' butterflies? How about that for hopeful?
That's a good one. I'll try to remember it when I'm out in the fields. Joy. The hope of punishing those that made things so hard, that's what makes me smile now.
Wow. Surely
When I
one
hear
of
there's
these
a
people
law
has to be
coming
happy,
or a
right?
union forming or a strike forming up. Thinking it might happen is better than anything. Anyway, these days my fears seem awful familiar. Can you tell me something scary that I haven't already lived?
Yes, I can. Cursed toddlers that throw Satan's own tantrums.
Oh, you spooked me pretty good. You've had practice,
Oh yeah, we
haven't you?
cleared the last chapter in one go. Nice. Now that I figured, well, I didn't figure it out. I read how to do that.
Imprisonment. If you get enough prisoners angry, they can turn and lick the guards.
Just lick those
Isn't easy.
guards.
But it can be done. Anyway, I'm looking for a good laugh. Do you know any funny stories?
No, I don't. But it doesn't matter because we've already destroyed you. How about the witch who drinks the blood of travelers? Is that funny for you? Does that give you a laugh?
You can't spook me like that anymore. Fortune. I've stopped worrying about my fortune. I've been ill and I've been well. I've worked hard. I've lost my family and been left behind by my husband. And it doesn't matter to me what it sends anymore.
Are you having to giggle?
And there's enough of us that have nothing left but the will to live. A
You
change
what?
will come. A change has to come. I don't know if it'll be communists or unions or someone getting religion in a tent. But you can't stamp out the will to live completely. Thanks for talking with me. Not too many have time to listen these days.
Cleared Bertha's chapter, so we can make some progress now that we know about that mechanic. So let's see. We need to get up to like the Seattle area now as quickly as possible. Clear those out so then we can just focus on that one little central area. So, do I have anything that can get me up there? Nashville, Miami, Cleveland, Birmingham, Chicago, Jacksonville, Boston, DC, Richmond. Los Angeles. That's probably like right where I am though, right? San Diego, yeah, it's not gonna be worth it. Let's see if we can hit and see the heart of rock and roll is still beating. I just need a car. Just need a little car. Hello? Jeez. Who wouldn't pick up a 10-story tall skeleton? Come on. And this guy's just gonna take me to Los Angeles. He's not even gonna stop. Let's try to get one of these guys coming out of here. Does this not work anymore? Well. Anyway, Taylor, how was your day today? Did you have a good day? Your slave driver of a boss treat you okay today? Stop for me! Dang it! Oh my gosh, no, no, no. Wow, and you know what? You do so much for him. You know what I mean? I mean, you're out there every day in the trenches. I need to get around this water. All I want to do is hitchhike. That's it, please. Just let me make up some distance here. This takes so long to go anywhere. I think I just heard like a firecracker go off. Is that people celebrating Columbus Day? Is Columbus Day a firework-worthy holiday? Yes. Let's go. Keep it rolling, man. Keep it rolling. We're going all the way to Seattle. Alright, whatever. Catch another ride. Come on, catch a ride. Let's get some wheels. And Corey's a fan of the fireworks, huh? I guess I should have known with your baby gender reveal thing, having all that stuff going off. Of course, that was just like smoke, but still. There's a campfire off in the distance over there. Let's upgrade this story here. Part of a story about the White Rider bearing the souls of the dead. Alright, there are our campfires. Okay, so we're gonna try to roll through these two. I'm tired, but that's okay. We're gonna rest at the campfire. It's genius. It's genius. So I'm playing this Layers of Fear game, and I'm gonna play Outlast after that. Have any of you ever played Outlast? Because I've heard that it's like for real scary. Story about the beautiful ghost who haunts the woman of a hotel. It's the story of the woman murdered by her lover but changed in a few major ways. Because one guy came into Brad's stream and he was playing like a kind of scary game, and this guy was like, "Man, I don't know if it's just because I was playing Outlast, but I'm easily spooked right now."
My childhood last time we talked. If you want to hear about the good old days and the hate, I can tell you something about that maybe. But I want a good story in trade.
All right, hippie lady.
I share, you share, dig?
Dig?
No, I'd love to hear a really good, scary story.
I got you, fam. How about the witch who drinks the blood of travelers?
Oh, wow, that's scary stuff. You are really good at telling these. And luck did have everything to do with it, yeah. Maybe it was the only time that could have happened. Maybe the stars aligned just right. But I have to believe it's possible. That we can all get along and love one another. It wasn't just luck.
I guess she's the positive
So anyway,
one, the free
got
love.
any good ghost stories? Anything scary or weird?
Yeah, I got some stuff.
Man, that's really good. Good and scary, I mean. Traps didn't catch
Scurry.
me. I dodged the snare of the hard drugs, thank God. Found someone who gave me grass and acid before I found the ones pushing the pills and the needle. Otherwise, maybe I'd still be there, huddled in a doorway.
A little bit of it, everyone. Wow. The damage done.
So, got any good, hopeful stories? Anything about what the world should be?
Yeah, dog. Yeah, dog. Let's use one of our not so good wild cards. Let's just do that and finish this one off.
Oh, that's good. I'll share that one when I get back home. The past. It was come and gone, and it was still all anyone could talk about. I met a lot of people who had lived it, whose memories of that time shone bright and colorful like the summer sky. That was almost worse than never knowing it was real. So anyway, got any good ghost stories? Anything scary or weird?
Yes, but it doesn't matter, so I'm not going to tell you. I'm just going to do this. The Jackrabbit with mighty antlers.
What, do you think that's cool? Sounds more like you made it up.
Whatever.
My home.
What do you know?
It wasn't home. But home wasn't home either, you dig?
I dig.
I started to think that
I
maybe
dig.
just the people were my home. That it didn't matter where I was as long as I had the tribe around me. Anyway, you got any good hopeful stories about the world becoming a better place?
We'll just feed her something easy. And then, we'll get her last chapter.
Come
Probably.
on, don't be a drag. That's not true.
She could maybe have another chapter. I could see that.
And leaders. No one was in charge anymore. The diggers were gone, the switchboard shut down. Owsley closed up shop, the airplane took off, and the BNs weren't anymore.
Beans.
Here's a few lost souls wandering like ghosts in the fog. I hope that was an interesting story. I don't have a lot of people ask me about what the hate was like.
I don't really know what that is, the hate. I've seen that, but I don't know enough about it to really know what she's referring to there.
Maybe they feel like they know from the news, but they don't. I bet you have a lot of stories like that. So you're gonna have to tell them to me next time, okay? Where you heading next? I'm catching a ride this way. Look for me, all right?
Rose. So okay, we'll head back down and get her other one. Finish that chapter. After we upgrade this. Man who swam in the ocean to escape his troubles. That's the story of the man on the beach. Despairing about the future, +2. +2. I don't know what the +2 is. So whenever I beat her chapter, it'll probably give me the item that gets me to Seattle. I bet. It really doesn't do me any good. It's too late. Let's upgrade this. That's creepy. Screepy, halfway between scary and creepy. Story about that strange bus. The bus which only lost souls can see. Alright, Rose, what are you going to turn into? Or do you still have another chapter left?
Hey, hey. Long
Yep,
time no
she's got 4
see, fellow
chapters.
traveler. You're lucky. I'm bored and I'm itching for someone to lay a story on me. I told you about hate and how I missed the summer and walked right into the fall, right? You want to hear about following the dead?
Oh, yeah.
It was a few years of bliss and acid. Then I found its problems. So anyway, got any good ghost stories? Anything scary or weird?
I got plenty of that.
Oh man, that's really good. Good and scary, I mean. It changed over time. The band did, of course. Keith and Donna Jean joining, musical experiments. But the heads did too. The hard drugs started showing up again. You know, I'd love to hear a really good, scary story.
Well, I like you. I've got plenty of those, and nobody ever wants to hear any of it. Let's see. He said as he searches for a scary story. Let's do Let's try the one with the red creature with black fur.
Oh, wow, that's scary stuff. You are really good at telling these. Luck. I was so lucky. For a while, it felt like a charmed life. Here it was, everyone sharing, getting along, traveling together, and sharing this music. It was smaller than the hate scene, but wonderful. But anyway, let's keep it grooving. Tell me something funny.
Tell me something funny. Where is that one that I was looking at with the vaudeville? It was in the death category. Never mind. I've already used it.
Ha! Ah, you got a groovy sense of humor, stranger.
That did do it.
Joy for me. There's nothing like being in the crowd at a show. Dancing and spinning and feeling all that energy around you. It's the purest connection I've ever felt. Especially if you're all tripping. So, got any good, hopeful stories? Anything about what the world should be?
Yes. You've already taken my butterflies, though.
Oh, that's a good one. You gotta tell me more about those folks sometime.
Ooh, do I have another one? Or is that it?
Well, there was lots of talk of love. We all
I hope I
loved
have
one
one more.
another, it's true. But there was heartbreak all the time. Cheating and lying and guilt and the other pieces of love. So anyway, got any good ghost stories?
okay.
Anything scary or weird?
We gotta get this one. We gotta have a good one for this. And I don't know if that one's scary, is the thing. Those aren't. I don't think that is. The Strange Cult might be. We'll have to remember that one. Ooh, we could also just use a wild card, I guess. That would probably be the safest. Let's use one of our free spaces.
Oh man, that's really good.
There we go.
Good and scary, I mean.
Good,
Travel
good.
was a big part of it, yeah. Always, constantly on the road. Town to town, show to show. Sometimes the band would take a few months off, then you'd crash somewhere for a bit, work some gigs. Well, it's been a while since I told anyone all those old tour stories. Thanks for listening, stranger. I like remembering those days. I'm headed this way. Got a ride to catch.
Oh my gosh, you're so far
Maybe I'll
away.
see you around again.
Alright. So if we want to keep working on hers. Some of them move around a lot, and some of them don't. Chicago, where the law means nothing, and gangsters hunt the cops for sport. So, I don't have an item from her yet. So I gotta go across Oregon and then get back up for August. Jeez. It'll be about the same. Okay, yeah. Oh, no. What? Was that a story? Did we miss that one somehow?
There's a commotion outside the post office. The crowd parts, and a middle-aged man comes leaping out onto the curb. "My daughter had a baby," he shouts. "She had a baby girl." In a
Congratulations.
fit of frantic excitement, he kicks over the post office box, knocks over a bench, and seizes you at random in a bear hug. "Somebody call my wife," he shouts over your shoulder. "Tell her we're taking the train to Chicago."
Let's
The
celebrate.
man starts to dance. His feet hit the pavement so hard they throw up puffs of shattered stone. Everyone staggers. When he swings around the lamppost, the metal bends like soft clay.
Let's keep going.
The new grandfather grabs the nearest car and, 2 hands overhead, lifts it up and hurls it down the road. "My daughter had a baby," he shouts. Everyone runs indoors.
This is just a little pet peeve of mine. You'll see the word "whoa" there, spelled W-O-A-H. Now, I've always spelled it W-H-O-A. And so, even though, I mean, it's just a sound, like, I mean, it's not even, I mean, it is a word, but, you know, it doesn't really matter, but it always looks wrong.
The new grandfather seizes your hands and whirls you around so fast that you feel the blood leave your tingling face.
For some reason, it just looks wrong.
In my life, he shouts.
You know, whoa there, mister.
But his grip slips. Before you can react, you're tumbling across the roof of the hardware store across the road.
To me, it looks as wrong as, like, you know when people say oops, but they spell it O-P-P-S? Like, it grates on me. I can't do
The
it.
man doesn't seem to have noticed he's lost you.
Yeah, or
He's spinning
when
so
people spell
fast you
Jeff
can
with a
barely
G.
see him. As you climb down into the alley and run for the edge of town, you hear him, thanking God for his answered prayers over the sound of cracking bricks.
Yeah, I just can't. Can I climb over this? Please. Like I always say, Skyrim style. Yeah, we can. Now, where's that campfire? Why are they so far away from each other now? That's all. Is that it? All the way over there? Where's Here, let's do this. Where's our LA fast travel? Maybe that'll get us closer. There's a story right there. Where's our friend though? Over that way. Where are we? See, we just don't have a good fast travel point for that. She's still so far away.
They sheepishly, how else, approach the edge of the water and lap at it. A moving cloud stalking the plain on stocky legs. It's a huge
Sheeps.
flock, and for a long time you see no shepherd until a figure on a horse crests over a ridge in the hilly terrain.
I see
He
you.
rides a white horse. No, a pale horse. No, actually, a horse the sickly green color of an ashen corpse. And he's a gaunt figure clothed in a ragged cloak. But in spite of that, he seems in good spirits.
Aren't they beautiful?
The sheep?
My flock. Bigger than it has been in centuries.
He stalks through the mass of beasts, their soft bodies instinctively giving way to the spindly legs of his mount.
Oh,
there it goes. He points with one emaciated toe at a black ram moving through the flock.
The soul of an evil man.
An evil man, huh?
One of the worst.
It looks pretty harmless. But then again, you suppose we're all pretty harmless in death.
A Spanish fascist. He planned on fleeing to America should the war not turn out his way.
What happened?
His side might win the war yet, but a Lincoln Battalion bullet caught up with him first.
He cracks a sardonic grin that makes you queasy.
I thought I'd take the flock to graze here, so he could see the land that loaded the gun.
Wow. His flock of sheep are souls of the people that he collected, I guess, because he's death. That's kind of neat. Kind of neato. Are we going in that direction? Let's just walk for forever, I guess. Since we don't have a fast travel point actually anywhere closer to where we need to be. Now, am I gonna get stuck on the side of these mountains? Where, okay, we've still got some time to get around them, maybe. Kind of pass through them here. There they are. Right by Reno. Which I guess we've never been to before, since we don't have either of these stories that look the same. I guess we'll get these real quick.
He's parked his car by the side of the road. A luxurious black thing, waxed so that it mirrors the stars in the sky overhead. The desert dust doesn't seem to stick to it. You find the driver, alone, retrieving something from the trunk.
What are you doing?
What's it look like I'm doing?
He asks, as though it's obvious. He doesn't sound like the Okies driving on the road west. He has the cold tones of an educated New Englander. The pointed feet of a tripod dig into the coarse sand, hoisting his telescope heavenward.
Looks like you're staring at the stars, bud.
Not the stars, friend.
His tone is outwardly irritated, but unable to mask his glee at correcting your misapprehension.
Looking for a planet. There's a ninth one, orbiting far beyond Neptune.
Boy, have I got a surprise for you. You're wrong.
Nothing yet, but we all know it's out there, waiting for someone to prove it exists. Once you can prove something exists, you get to name it. Can you imagine naming a thing that every generation hence for all time will remember you for?
So you say that, but I mean, obviously, it was named just in the same convention like Pluto was named after a Roman god, just like all the other planets. In soup line from there. She starts telling you about the wood fairies who helped rid women of the evil in their lives. I know that story. Toby's too hungry to smile. I'm just gonna do this. Let's go, Rose. Faded is the crimson. Are you gonna transform? Here we go. What's it gonna be?
Well, hey
A
there.
giant
You're
Grateful
getting to be a
Dead
familiar face.
album cover.
It's weird. I can't remember what you look like when you're not sitting right there. You ever meet someone like that? Anyway, I guess I should finish the story. Tell you about the commune and bring you right up to the now, or whatever this time is I'm in. Sometimes it doesn't seem like reality, you dig? Unstuck in time, maybe, like that one cat in the book. You know, I'd love to hear a really good, scary story.
Let's see if I have any left for you. Cause you're making me. I'm running through them. I don't think that one's scary. Is the thing. Let's try this one. Tent city filled with members of a strange cult. Let's do that one. That one's scary, right?
Oh, wow, that's
Yeah.
scary stuff.
Thanks.
You are
Alright,
really
good.
good at
Made a
telling
little bit of
these.
progress. Good.
Our future? There's no reason the farm can't last forever. Until we blow up the earth or pave everything over anyway. So anyway, got any good ghost stories? Anything scary or weird?
Where's the strange color from outer space? That's weird, right? Is that scary? It's weird.
Oh
Okay.
man, that's really good. Good and scary, I mean. The commune probably seems like heaven from the outside. You talk to some people about it and they think what we have must be perfect. Everyone just working together and living on the land.
Hello, Noturial. It is good to see you. This is perfect timing because I was just about to start talking about this lady here is talking about her commune, and we still need to get our nerd commune set up, you know.
I mean, it is pretty great, but it's also hard. A lot harder than it sounds. So anyway, got any good ghost stories? Anything scary or weird?
But yes, I'm talking to a hippie flower child who just turned into like some flowers and spines and stuff. And she keeps asking for scary stories and I'm running out. How about that? The murdering twins. Is that one good for you? Tell her about the goat man. Yeah, that needs to be a story in this game.
Oh, wow, that's scary stuff. You are really good at telling these. Family. Yeah, they're my family.
The goat man.
We all take care of the kids and each other. We bicker and fight, sure. But it's so nice having such a big family to watch each other.
I need Brad to play that game about the goat man. I don't want to play it, but I want him to play it. Actually, I want one of you guys to play it and stream that. That's what I want. Black Mesa is posted update. Let's see.
Anyway, you got any good sad ones stored up?
Yes.
I guess I want to cry a little.
Thank goodness. Now I can unload on with some of these stories. Oh, you already watched people play it. Is it scary?
Wow. Do you know what happened
Oh
next?
man, that took care of the rest of
We
her
deserve a
chapter.
little love after that. And yeah, we still believe in free love. We love each other, whatever that means to each of us. You know, I'd love to hear a really good, scary story.
Yeah, well, that's a shame because I've already cleared your chapter, so it doesn't matter anymore.
That's really good. Good and scary, I mean.
I didn't even think that
Badass.
one was scary. Now that's good to know.
Lots of people say that we're living in the past. But we're actually trying to create the future. The future we all saw so clearly back then. I have a feeling we may not see each other again. But I've told you my whole story, and you're still making yours. Be well, stranger. And remember that you are loved.
Thanks, lady. Thanks, Rose. Story about the violin, which can only be played true by its owner. Now, did we get an item? We did, right here. Portland, Oregon, that's exactly where I friggin' needed to go. No, the Goat Man, I thought the Goat Man was scary. The first time I read it, I want to say I was by myself wherever I was. I used to read all those SCP stories, like working at the help desk in the middle of the night. Or on Saturdays when I was by myself. Mostly on Saturdays, and you wouldn't think in the middle of the day that it would be scary, but like... Ooh, I finally upgraded this story about the children struck mute by seeing La Llorona. That's a good one. Where are you, August? We're up there in Washington, which is this way. And it looks like I'm finally at the point where I don't care about grabbing any more stories. We've finally gotten there. I am interested to see both the ending of this game and what you can do after you beat it, because and I want to look at those achievements and how to get those. Because, like, I assume there's some sort of something for upgrading all your stories, but after you've beaten all the campfires, there's nobody to tell your stories to. So I don't know how you would upgrade them. I could see them still letting you wander the map to find the stories that you missed. But I don't know how you would... There doesn't seem like there'd be any way to upgrade. So you save them up, and then at night they all come flooding back. I still kind of want to upgrade them though. It tells you the story of the traveler who visited the USA from another world. Sounds like the story of Strange Soil Surveyor. Alright, August. Let's see what you got. Like an angel.
I was still a kid when dames started turning my head.
Ugh. Ugh.
Long gams, gleam in her eye, all dolled up, and I was done.
Long gams.
I didn't know how to talk to a dame. I was a boy, play acting as a man. But when I indulged in a little liquid courage, I was off to the races.
Oh boy.
So I miss them blood-pounding adventure stories. You got any like that?
Oh yeah, buddy. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let's do... How about... We've got some stories. Some adventure stories. You've heard a lot of them already, it seems like. That's a shame. What do we want to try? What's a good adventure one that we've got? How about Robin Hood? Oh, actually, how about where's Pecos Bill? Where's Pecos Bill? Oh, he already knows Pecos Bill. Dang it. Alright. You think I'd never played this game before? How about the Vicious Wild Horse of El Paso?
My blood's pumping. That's the
Hey,
kind I
that
used
would be
to like as a
great
boy.
if you want to bail with me. We'll watch something else.
Don't know how me and Louisa came together. We couldn't have known where we'd end up. Guess we had faith. Her and me and her. But you know, the books I miss the most is the hopeful ones. Got any of those?
Yeah, man. How about Butterflies? How you feel about that? What do you want to watch instead of Hereditary?
Leaves a warm feeling in your chest, huh?
See, look at that. That cleared his whole thing.
Joy.
Just that one story.
Well, seeing a doll smile when she sees you, not much better than that. Especially if that doll's Louisa.
Can't believe I never figured that out about those mechanics.
But you tell me, what's the wildest thing you've seen on the roads out here? Anything good and exciting?
So what we're going to do now is see which of these stories count as something wild. How about Chicago? Is that a wild story? Is that an adventure story?
Come on, that can't be true. Sorrow ain't like that.
Okay, so that's a sad story.
First time I stepped out with Louisa, I put on my Sunday clothes, bought carnations, got so nervous I gave the corsage to her daddy instead of her. He never let me forget it. Anyhow, you got any stories that end looking up? I miss those hopeful ones.
Well, so what happened to Louisa? We're going to have to learn about that, and that's going to be sad.
Sounds like one of the bad soppy ones I used to read. Traps? It weren't a trap. Yeah, I started calling Louisa the old ball and chain. But some chains just ain't strong enough, no matter how much you need them to be. But you tell me, what's the wildest thing you've seen on the roads out here? Anything good and exciting?
Yeah, how about this spirit buffalo? Is that exciting?
That's the
That
kind
is.
of adventure that sticks with you.
Good.
Our
I'll
home.
remember that.
Louise and me didn't have much starting out. We lived in a log cabin on her daddy's land, but that didn't matter.
Katie, do you have any interest in, I don't know if you've seen the trailer for the movie Battle Angel Alita? Are you familiar with that at all?
Home ain't nothing but a state of mind. Well, here's the sun. Got to get going soon.
Yeah, the girl with the big eyes.
All this talk makes me think about my girl. Before our daughter, I never knew what it was like to have a life depend on mine. But once I held my baby girl in my arms, I finally learned my daddy's lesson.
I don't remember when that comes out.
What about you? What lessons have you learned as your life goes twisting along?
Alright, August. Let's finish you off. We're down yonder. What is this song? I hate this whistling. I hate it so much. And I hate the fact that you can't mute it in any way. It transcends the rest of the sounds in the game. Want to hear a wild story? The Devil of Leeds. Recognizes a story about the winged goat by the pristine water. That's out of all of the stories in this game. That's the one that I wish I could read like a whole actual story about it. Because the art looks really neat. Let's see, it's down in this category maybe. Yeah, it looks so awesome. Anyway, August, you gonna transform for us, buddy? Can't win for losing.
I had me a wife,
Oh,
a
he's
baby
got 4
girl, but
chapters.
no livelihood. I tried my hand at my daddy's factory work, but I wasn't up to snuff. For every bottle I filled on the line, I emptied my soul. When the war started, I figured I'd fight for my country. But they wouldn't take me on account of all those years reading, couldn't see well enough. But the Merchant Marine, they took me as I am. And then, I had everything. So I miss them blood-pounding adventure stories. You got any like that?
You got any like that? Yeah, I guess. I'm gonna have to swap some out for him, I think. Or use some wild cards. What she has for a scary story? Let's do this one about the... No, let's do Robin Hood.
Come on, that can't be true. Sorrow ain't like that. I made my choice. Had a daughter, wife at home. Mama said I should have stayed with them instead of shipping out. I tell you, I'd have ended up in this gutter a lot sooner if I hadn't. But you know, the books I miss the most is the hopeful ones. Got any of those?
I do. How about these lesbians who could talk to the dead? How about those?
Leaves a warm feeling in your chest, huh? I loved my family. But when I entered the service, I fell in love with the sea and my brothers. You think your heart can't make room enough, but it grows bigger than you can imagine to fit them all in.
Voice cracking, buddy.
But you tell me, what's the wildest thing you've seen on the roads out here? Anything good and exciting?
Yeah, let's just use Quinn's wild card here.
That's the kind of adventure that sticks with you.
I
Travel.
have to get some
the real deal.
lucky rolls here.
It was a whole different thing. The
We need him
stories
to
I
ask
read
for a
as
sad
kid
story.
never told me about the fog so thick you can't see the Eiffel Tower, or how the rats cover the street in every port. But I'd see it all again if I could. Anyhow, you got any stories that end looking up? I miss those hopeful ones.
Okay. Hopeful. How about that one? You'll like that one. It has the sea.
Well, that one sure makes me smile.
All right, we got one more. We got to get this last one.
My future. The moment our ship got hit, everything went black. I opened my eyes and nothing changed. I could hardly see. My future ended right there. Anyhow, you got any stories that end looking up? I miss those hopeful ones.
Let's do... do another wild card and see if that's enough to push it over the edge. Please.
Leaves a warm feeling in your chest, huh?
Yes.
Joy.
Got it.
You ever been in a ship rolling on the open seas? The crash of the waves, the captain yelling orders. Those stories couldn't hold a candle to the thrill of really being in the thick of it. Well, Time to get going. I'm off this way when the sun rises. But talking with you brings it back. The good and the bad. And the bad's what sticks. I died the day my ship was sunk. I felt alive on that sea with my brothers. And knowing I was doing right by my family, my country.
Country.
Almost wish I never felt that way. Never knew what I'm missing now. Maybe I'll find it here at the bottom of this bottle.
No, don't. August chapter 4 available. But what we're gonna do, a story about the group of boys who worked themselves to death in a cornfield. How's the game so far? So, I mean, I've been playing it for several weeks now. H.G. Wells, good author, by the way. And it's good. It moves very slowly. Like, you would already think that a game about storytelling, like, there are stories that are read to you, and you're traveling across the country trying to find them and stuff, is already sort of a slow-paced thing. But there's all just these, like, dumb mechanics that slow it down. Like, you, when you walk, for instance, this is your walking speed, you can move faster by holding a button down to whistle and then playing this little whistling minigame to move this fast. And I don't know, man, everything just takes forever. The stories are cool. They don't ever get completely fleshed out like I would like them to. And then so you collect these little short stories, right? And then you find these campfires where you talk to people and kind of learn their story. And theirs are much more fleshed out, and they're interesting to read or to hear, I guess. But I don't know, if I were to summarize my feelings on it, it would be that it's just sort of too stretched out. Like, they really need to either make it a little faster somehow, or make the map smaller, or just something. So I mean, I've enjoyed it. It's just gone on a little longer than I would have preferred. Hopefully that answers your question, and it didn't sound too much like complaining, because it really is an interesting idea. Oh, jeez.
Crowds that sunk my ship took most of my side in the blast.
Oh my gosh. It's kind of water zombie with a seagull speared through him. What else? The voice acting is really good. If you want a plus there, especially for these people. Have you played Kentucky Route Zero? Because I've had that on my wish list for a long time. Because I think the art looks really cool. But they're not done with it, I guess, right? They still got like one more episode to put out, so I haven't bought it yet. Is it how about in exchange for me telling you about this game, you tell me about that one? Because yeah, that's been on my wish list for a long time. It's just never been on sale enough for me to want to get it. It's like permanently at $12.50.
Came home, couldn't work, couldn't read. But I could drink. That I could do. Easy as falling off a log. And I could lose my family. I could do that too.
Oh no.
But you know, the books I miss the most is the hopeful ones. Got any of those?
Yeah, you're really making it easy to be hopeful here, buddy. Let's see. What's a good hopeful one? See, the paranormal aspect of it is one that I'm definitely into. Like that sounds still like something that that I would like, even if it is a little slow.
Sounds like it wants to be a story from the good old rags.
Gosh, I'm gonna have to find him
But
again.
it ain't there yet. Authority. I swore an oath to it. I swore to follow my superiors to the best of my ability. But what was their oath to me? Where's their loyalty when I need it?
And really, probably, I might have enjoyed this game more if I hadn't been streaming it, just because I feel like anytime I play something kind of slow-paced, I always feel like I'm kind of, you know, like it's not interesting for anybody else. But
Anyhow, you got any stories that end looking up? I miss those hopeful ones.
this made me feel patriotic. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Like, you would think you find like 12 different people to talk to, and none of them are positive. They're all just like, wow, this country's really going down the tubes, huh? Oh, we need a hopeful story. But I don't have any of those now, because you've taken all of them. So I guess I'll just try something else.
Leaves a warm feeling in your chest, huh? Doesn't matter who I loved. They're all gone now. I got a big old heart with no one in it.
But this guy did a complete 180. He's like, I love my wife. I love my kid. Let me tell you about her. I love being out on the sea. Now everything's awful.
Anyhow, you got any stories that end looking up? I miss those hopeful ones.
No, dude, I don't have... You're making it really hard. I don't even know which of my stories are hopeful anymore. Maybe the 10,000... No, I think that one's sad, actually. How about she's trying to save people's souls? Is that hopeful enough for you?
Well, that one sure makes me smile.
We're gonna be cutting this one close.
Faith? You coming to proselytize telling me to find faith?
I just playing this game because I want to know how deep they explore the mythos and the stories in the universe. Well, good. Yeah, I'm glad I can tell you about it. Well, like for instance, there is. So the way that it works is you basically find like the first little bit of a story, and they're not very interesting. And then as you tell them at these campfire things, they start to spread. And so you'll find these little symbols that mean if you click on that, a story will be upgraded. You'll hear somebody tell about it. So you talk about American folklore. You'll find a story about some guy who like rushes into a tornado on his horse, right? So you'll tell that story because it's kind of interesting, and then later you'll hear about like, oh, somebody changed it to the story of Pecos Bill, who tried to lasso a tornado or whatever. But that's pretty much as far as like his story goes, and a lot of them are just really generic stuff. But you'll see like a Pecos Bill story or a Paul Bunyan story. And it's basically, it just details it enough so that you can be like, oh, hey, that's Paul Bunyan. But I mean, it doesn't really go a whole lot farther than that. Which, I mean, that's kind of neat.
Faith. In this country, I swore an oath to.
If you're like, huh, that kind of sounds like whoever. And then later changes into that, and you're like, oh yeah, I was right. But
And the gutters where my faith led me. So I miss them blood-pounding adventure stories. You got any like that?
adventure, let's see. I haven't played Sunless Sea. I have a friend who played it and really liked it. And I hadn't really given it much thought. I need to go back and look and see what it's like. What's the gameplay like in it? Like what, I guess, what kind of game is it? Is what I'm trying to say. I don't even know. A thrilling story. How about the unidentified flying objects? Ah, man. No, I need to... I don't want to have to find him again.
Ooh, tell another like that and you could write a good rag.
Alright, we gotta get this next one.
Fate's funny. My daddy knew my whole story before I did. Said if I read those story magazines, I'd never amount to anything. Here's to you, Pop. But you know, the books I miss the most is the hopeful ones. Got any of those?
Another hopeful story, huh? Do I have any other wild cards? Yeah, what's sometimes they'll ask for funny stories and like they'll be like, yeah, so then my husband took the kids and left me and now I'm old and we're just waiting to die. I could use a laugh. Do you know any funny stories? You're like, I need a funny story now, dude. Open world exploration. Okay. Choose to make it battle heavy or focus on collecting stories. Okay, but so there is some kind of combat, so that's... And maybe, you know, maybe if this game had just like even some other... something. To kind of break up the I don't know. I feel bad because it's not as bad as I make it out. I'm just focused on the negative stuff. But I'll have to. Yeah, some of the mechanic, just like something like, and not combat because that wouldn't make sense in here. yeah, maybe some hunting or fishing. I don't know if maybe there were like. Well, so the story starts out. It definitely doesn't need dysentery though. That's for sure. The game starts out with you playing poker. And I mean, you don't actually play it, but maybe if like, maybe if just some of these campfire things, instead of you just talking back and forth, you were doing something else while it happened, like playing poker or playing some music or something, or hunting or fishing, you know, just something else, and maybe just made it where you interacted with fewer people, but made each of them a little bit more unique, I guess. Is this hopeful? Man, please be hopeful.
Leaves a warm feeling in your chest, huh?
Yes, we got it. We got his eye open all the way.
My future. I got no pension. I got no family. You want to see my future? Buy me a bottle.
Gosh.
Brothers left me. Wife and kid left me. Country left me. Spend our whole lives living for the future, never realizing that when it comes, we'll have been forgotten.
So anyway, video games are fun and happy. That would also be neat if instead of just relying on the stories to spread and change, if you could sort of, yeah, that would actually be, that'd be really cool. I like that idea.
Sorry, mouth is dry from all this talking. And I reckon I got nothing left to say.
Alright, well that's fine. I'm actually okay with not talking to you anymore. Thank you for your time. So like here, I'll show you the story upgrade thing. So the waitress at the diner is sharing an outlandish tale with one of her regulars. I heard it from my sister-in-law, she says. It happened to her daughter's friend. It's true. She notices you listening. Hey, have you heard this one before? Which one? She regales you with the story about the man who heard his death approaching. So we had a story earlier about this guy who you talked to who knows he's gonna die soon, and but he's like, okay, he's like made peace with it. Okay, so that's sort of interesting. A story about the man who heard his death approaching. Halfway through, you realize it's the story of the man who seemed all right with death, but highly embellished. What do you think about that? The waitress exclaims. Oh shoot, I forgot to put my alert over over my face. Thanks, man. Thanks for the follow. Sorry your name only partially showed up there. I'll have to remember it and fix that. By the way, H.G. Wells, The Time Machine is one of my favorite stories. I've got it on my bookcase over in another room. So props to you for that one. It's an interesting tale. Sure is, she agrees, and true, every word of it. So then, so that story's upgraded. That's at like level 2 or whatever. And so when you're telling the stories to them at the campfire, that progresses you through their chapter a little bit more, because it's like a quote-unquote a stronger story. Let's see. So I need to go. He actually can. He actually can. Hang on. I'll show you that too. So we got to get back into the Midwest here. We got some more people to talk to. You have some transportation options. You can, in fact, hitchhike if the cars noticed you. And hopefully it'll slow down. Yep. And so you can hitch a ride, and he'll just go on a path straight through here. There are also the one cool thing, and I can show you this too. There are cities that you can go to. Bigger cities that have like a story for that specific city. And then actually you have it takes some time to redraw the map here. If you'll notice around the skeleton on the right, you've got there's like a little bit of resource management in the game. Not enough to really matter. You've got your stamina up at the top, you've got money, and you've got your health. Sometimes when you come across something that turns into a story, you can get hurt or you can get tired, or somebody will like steal your money or whatever. So if you go into a city, there are ways to replenish those things. But what fast travel did we just get? We got a comic book from him that takes us to Seattle, okay, where we don't need to go anymore. So I'm gonna be right back. I gotta get like a bottle of water or something. Hang on just a second. Where's my be right back thing? Yeah, there it is. Okay, hang on. Alright, I'm back. You know what? And you're gonna make fun of me for this, but actually, so I just got some bottled water, right? But it's just room temperature. I don't even refrigerate it. I like room temperature water. How do you like that? And in fact, for a long time, I would just drink room temperature tap water. Is it really? Oh my gosh! I finally have an excuse that I can use. All right, well, let's try to knock out at least one other person here. Where do we need to go? Where do we need to go? See, and like I feel like we may be on the same page here. Like it being when drinks are cold, like when they have ice in them and stuff. It takes away from it. It takes away from the flavor. Now, do I have any kind of fast travel that's going to get me anywhere near any of these? DC, Portland, Richmond, Virginia, Seattle, LA. So that would be a no. Normally, my excuse for not having ice for anything but water is that I don't drink it fast enough for it to... Like, it always waters it down. It's hard to make that excuse with water. Because it's already watered down. But, anyway, that's, I get made fun of for that a lot. Alright, well, I guess we're just gonna... Gosh, it's so far away. I guess let's go back to California and we can go straight east. Where was California? Sparkling water into LaCroix or whatever it is. Nope, just Kroger brand bottled water. Though my don't be hating on my LaCroix. There was some meme that I found a while back about LaCroix stuff, and it was good. Well, Maddie, my fiance, swears by Fiji water. Topo Chico. I'm not familiar with that. Where are you from, H.G. Wells? Like, what region are you from? Let's see. I don't even know if I'm going in the right direction. I guess I can go straight this way. Born and raised on the West Coast, but on the East Coast now. Cause I'm in Arkansas. So, really, if it's not sweet tea, for a lot of people, it doesn't matter around here. Which I'm an outcast in my own circle for that too. See, I don't like tea, period, at all. But I mean, you go to a Baptist church fellowship and say, no, I don't like sweet tea, and you get some looks. Am I going in the right direction? Oh my gosh, it's gonna take forever. Maybe if I find a... let's go to San Francisco here and see if we can catch a ride somewhere. I just think tea tastes disgusting in general. Where can we go? Las Vegas? Yeah, I guess that'll get us a little closer. Okay, well, I feel better about it now. Now that I know that my friends don't like sweet tea. So where's Vegas? Maybe I can catch a ride somewhere. Young City is packed with folks heading out for work at Boulder Dam. It's also packed with, well, vice. Been a while since you've seen so many people having a good time. All I care about is the train station. Take me to I don't have enough money. Let's go back. Try to earn some. Let's panhandle. Yeah. No money, so I guess I'm not taking the train after all. This train I just got off of, will it take me somewhere else? No. So that's the border of Arizona and Nevada. So yeah, I guess we could just go that way. There's a campfire off in the distance. I can see it. I really don't drink a whole lot other than water now. Water and juice, really. Every once in a while, I'll drink like Sprite or something. You know, I used to drink a ton of, though. Hawaiian Punch. Gosh. When I was younger, I could put away the Hawaiian Punch. And let me, since you guys are, at least people that I know, are around my same age, let me ask you if you remember this. I rarely remember to ask anybody this. So right now, Hawaiian Punch, right? The red is called Fruit Juicy Red. Okay, and then the other colors have different flavors like, you know, something berry splash or whatever. But I swear that long ago, it was Fruit Juicy Red and then like Fruit Juicy Green and Fruit Juicy Orange, and they were all named the same thing. It's always been called Fruit Juicy Red. What are you talking about? It has different colors. I mean, the red is still the OG flavor, but yeah, there's the green and blue and. Did you know that there's more than 2 kinds of Sunny Delight? There's definitely green, and I think there used to be like a yellow or an orange one, too. What am I doing? Really, that one's hardly upgraded at all? What am I doing? You didn't know about this ID? There's one that's like pineapple orange or something, and it's super good. It's so good. Alright, well, let's just, put her in there. Does that mean, it means August should be upgraded too, right? Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, let's see who this is. I think this is someone that we've never met before. You like pineapple? Alright, this is Dahaya.
Ya Hatadhin Halani. Good evening, Shikis, my friend.
Maybe she's gonna be positive.
Come, let me show you how to sprinkle corn pollen.
Or just weird. Maybe she's just a weirdo.
First, reach into the medicine pouch and pinch the tahadimhi. Then sprinkle it on top of your forehead to ask for wisdom. Touch the tahadimhi to your tongue to bless your voice. And sprinkle the remainder to bless and guide the path before you. With beauty may I walk.
So far, she's positive. But maybe you're right. I mean, so is the sailor guy. But you're right. No, you're absolutely right.
With beauty before me may I walk. With beauty behind me may I walk. With beauty above me may I walk.
She's gonna attack me with her staff. Throw a cactus at me.
With beauty all around me may I walk. Shikis, my friend, can you tell me a story that brings strength to those who hear it?
A hopeful story. Okay, yes. Now, since this is her first chapter, this should be easy to beat, so I'm hoping that with one of these fully upgraded stories, we just destroy it. So a hopeful story here. Let's just do, we know the butterfly won't work.
That was a good story.
Bam!
It pleases me to hear
All
about
the way
people
open.
taking strength from each other, or from the land, or from themselves. What brings joy? There's no greater form of generosity than that provided by the mother and father.
I'll give you this. Her face does not seem very cheerful. I will say that. Alright, man. Well, thanks for stopping by and thanks for the follow. It was good talking to you. Have a good evening.
The mother who nurtures corn and fertility in her soil, and the father who supplies the rain and sunshine in the sky. Shikis, my friend, tell me a funny story. I am sure you hear many on the road.
See, now I don't want to use my good ones.
That one made me smile. You told it well.
Thank you. Thank you,
Choice. If we are to survive, the only option we have is to continue down the pollen path.
There was a, this reminds me, there was a playlist on Spotify that I saw today that was called Pollen. And it was supposed to be like fresh and light kind of stuff. But it made me think, like, why would you name it after pollen? Like allergies and stuff.
Even in the face of drought, disease, or the encroaching Bilagan as white people and their childish ways. Shikas, my friend, I need to laugh. Can you tell me such a story?
Sure. How about that? It's not actually a funny story. That's the joke.
And you enjoy this story. It is too dark for me, Shikis. Our fortune, everything you could possibly need in this life abounds in this sacred place. Just look at the sheep, Daibe. We
Daibe.
have created a symbiosis alongside in this life. We provide them with shelter, exercise, and food. In return, they provide us with companionship, fertilizer, and when the time comes, food and wool. Shikis, my friend, can you tell me a story that looks to the future with hope?
Yes. I don't know. See, I want to exit and just finish this chapter, but I feel like that's not, that's not really in the spirit of this game. You know what I mean? She gives little tidbits whenever you.
This story is very frightening. I do not understand how you can enjoy it. Shikis, remind me to bring back some flour from the trading post for Shikahihi, my daughter, so she can make fry bread for the medicine woman.
Okay.
She will be coming next week, and we must prepare to host her and her son while she provides protection services. Shikis, my friend, can you tell me a story that brings strength to those who hear it?
I'm just picking stuff now because we've already beaten this.
Some kinds of sadness must be resisted, or it will feed on you and become a tool against you. Chi Shishali, my grandfather, pulled me aside one day and told me one of his premonitions.
They get so many sounds out of their words.
One day the Bilakans will come, and they will try to convert you into their world of religion and education. They will claim our ways are wicked and evil, but you know the strength of our culture and our traditional medicine. It is in the language. It is inside you. In spite of the forewarning, nothing can quite prepare you for the reality of certain preposterous suspicions. Ah, the sun is rising. I must leave soon. Tomorrow's journey is this way. Another night done. But think, what does one take with him after a day in this world? Some nights I lay staring at the hole atop the Hukan, where the chimney peers out into the night sky. I watch the stars slowly move, sometimes a streak of light and whispers from ancestors. Always a feeling of gratitude for what surrounds me in this world. What are you thankful for? Where do you come from? Where are you going?
Where did you come from? Where did you go? The one who went upward, Dahaya. So I would like to finish hers. I guess. So far away. I don't know, it's getting kind of late. We might just do all 4 of these next time. It depends. Because I can't tell if they have 3 chapters or 4 chapters. I'm guessing since her... Well, so I don't know. If she has 3 chapters, it wouldn't take too long. I got laundry in the dryer. In the washer. I need to put in the dryer. But it's all the way out in the parking lot. Let's do it. Now, there's a campfire right there, but that's too close. And that's in New Mexico, right? So that's definitely not her. She's in Utah, so we need to go the other way. You know, I had wondered if any random people would drop in, because I saw that the publisher for this game, Steam was having a publisher sale, and one of the games was this one. So I kind of wondered if anybody would, you know, get kind of curious about what it was like. And I would hazard a guess that I am the only person on Twitch playing this game right now. I could be wrong. Let's do this. Well, no, let's just see how good we can do. The hardest days.
It started around the time we would harvest corn. During this season, the Army of the United States of America raided our lands, burned our homes and crops, and killed off our livestock. The Army told my parents that those who did not surrender would be killed or face death in the harsh winter weather. And so my parents surrendered. Thankfully, I was a strong young girl when we were forced to walk over 300 miles to Huildi, or Bosque Redondo, New Mexico territory.
Yeah, he was right. It's all coming down now. Feels bad, man.
Witnessed the death of many of our people, from the wise and caring elderly to the beautiful pregnant women to young babes who were shown no mercy by the U.S. Army. Chicas, my friend, can you tell me a story that looks to the future with hope?
Yes. The ghost hunter lesbians, always a hopeful story.
That was a good story. It pleases me to hear about people taking strength from each other, or from the land, or from themselves. Sometimes I found myself wondering if all Bilaganes are this way, violent and surrendering to ways of untamed animals. And where do they come from? Do they touch all things with such distaste? Or do they know kindness and tenderness?
We're all pretty much garbage.
Chicas, my friend, tell me a funny story. I am sure you hear many on the road.
What am I doing? Funny story. Oh yeah, she hasn't heard any of my good stuff. Nope. Mitch Match, hey there.
That
Good
one
to see
made me
you,
smile.
buddy.
You told it well. Our people saw so much death and savagery done to them by the hands of the Bilaganas. It changes a person, a tribe, and even a land. But the hope of returning home kept us going. Chicas, my friend, can you tell me a story that brings strength to those who hear it?
I need you to start asking for sad stories and scary stories, okay? What kind of story is this?
I do not think I enjoyed this joke. The past?
Story of my life.
They say time heals all wounds. But what about the trauma and harrowing memories from the long walk to Huildi that will be passed on to our future generations?
Oh man, so after after we finish her story, and we're about to wrap up, I do have a joke for you guys. Whoever's still around will get to hear this joke, okay? That I found on Reddit. a couple days ago.
Chicas, my friend, I need to laugh. Can you tell me such a story?
Cue everyone leaving immediately.
Some kinds of sadness must be resisted, or it will feed on you and become a tool against you. Another person told me the Bilaganas believe in a place called heaven. I imagine this isn't the same spiritual place where our holy people and ancestors have journeyed onto after they passed away. I have an idea. Maybe you can tell me an exciting story. Some kind of adventure?
Adventure? Is this one adventurous sugarcane thing? Dude, what is up, Conrad? How are you?
And you enjoy this story. It is too dark for me, Chicas. Oh, the choices they made. It was grieving to see the humanity in some of the soldiers slowly being drained and crippled.
Good. I'm glad. I'm glad. So what shows is Conrad watching nowadays? What's the popular thing?
To this day, it surprises me the lengths one is willing to go to
Anything
ensure
new?
the wicked ways of this invasive, demanding country. And now, the sun is rising. I must prepare to leave. I have a long walk this way. Tonight I wondered, what memory do we carry in our blood? What will be passed on to our children through the power of witnessing and feeling the harsh flecks of humanity like sparks from a fire landing against the skin? I am
Oh, that's right, but you like
wondering
Hilda
what
also.
will become of our culture and our people once this cycle of inhumanity has run its course. We sing our way through it and look to the holy people for strength and protection.
I need to show that to Maddie and see if she's interested in watching it. Though, as Tim would probably tell you, that we will never ever finish a show because it takes us too long to watch stuff.
There is an overwhelming vitality in our songs. What songs help you to heal and persevere, Chicas?
Is that her in the northwest? Yeah, I think it is. Now, let's see. Where is she? Is she close to... See, I could warp to Portland. I don't know if that would be any faster than just walking, though. I felt bad when I was telling H.G. Wells about this game, because, like, I wanted to... He seemed interested in it, so I didn't want to, like, turn him away from it. I felt like all I did was complain about it. So I hope I didn't, steer him away from something that he wanted to do. Witch Girl and Her Kitten Familiars. Halfway through, you realize it's the story of the girl with a basket of kittens. Wow, they turned her into a witch? Now, if Dahlia transforms, we know that, that this is her final chapter. Yes! Alright.
We were
And-
fortunate. We persevered. Everyone lost someone, and by the end of it, we all felt like we had lost everything.
She turned into mountains. Well, that makes sense actually, because she kept talking about the land. You know, getting from the land, trusting the land. Now she is the land.
Thousands of people covered such a small portion of land. Our people were not used to living in such conditions. That is where we learned how to make dry bread from the rations given to us from the United States Army. Things at Tawildi only got worse as time progressed. And then, we were given permission to return back to our sacred ancestral lands. We were told to be grateful for signing such a deal with the U.S. government, but we couldn't help but feel nervous about returning home. Would the land remember us? As great a distance as we were from the 4 sacred mountains, I never truly did feel separated from the birthplace of first man and first woman. Some swore they could see Tadul off in the distance. And sometimes I really could see turquoise radiating from the top of the mountain toward the cushion of the sky. No one could have imagined the journey homeward would be harder. But we had no choice. The holy people were calling us home.
Oh, is this like Trail of Tears stuff?
Chicas, my friend, tell me a good story with sadness in it.
Yes. Sadness. How about the farmer who drowned his son in the grain silo?
I do not often enjoy stories about sadness. You told this one very well, however. One must remember to be strong, Chicas. I know this coming from a long line of survivors. My ancestors did not know this type of sorrow before Hawildi. And each day, I remind myself, do not let it defeat you. You have overcome it. It was a wicked tool that was used against our people. We must not succumb to it. Chicas, my friend, can you tell me a story that brings strength to those who hear it?
We have something that's not a wild card. Where's the other buffalo one? The Bull King blessed the town where he lived. Let's do that one. Actually, that one may not be upgraded very far. Now that I think about it. So instead, let's do Cassidy's thing. Let's try that.
That was a good story. It pleases me to hear about people taking strength from each other, or from the land, or from themselves.
Land.
We kept our tradition alive, so we remembered to extend gratitude and compassion. We remembered to celebrate who we are as people, to love the land, and to thank the holy people, and to take care of what is around us. This is what we know as a people, and this is what we have to teach the Bilagan. Chicas, my friend, can you tell me a story that looks to the future with hope?
You people and your hopeful stories, oh my gosh. So, are you gonna think that this one is a hopeful story about a woman trying to convert people into a different religion than yours? Let's find out.
The Dinka are like that too, strong in the face of
Oh,
adversity.
yeah, and that cleared
story brings
the,
me hope.
the chapter.
Faith? Well, as soon as we saw Sioux City, we realized there
There's
was
no way
power
that a
to
word spelled like that
returning home.
sounds like that. There's absolutely no way.
Chicas, my friend, can you tell me a story that brings strength to those who hear it?
How about this deer?
I do not wish to spend my time dwelling with this particular sadness. Chickus.
Let me be clear.
Freed up,
It's just a
the
deer.
sun moves through the sky on an unrestricted path, but it has chosen its destination. It is in sync with nature and knows its destiny. Yet sometimes the most liberated one can be is in the company of another. Oh, my journey has been blessed as I walk this path with you, Chickus, my friend. Chickus, my friend, tell me a funny story. I am sure you hear many on the road.
Alright, last one. I kind of want to actually tell her a funny one, but... There you go, right there.
That one made me smile. You told it well. Joy. Well, the water was not like the water from Tizio. When the children played, it was a different type of laughter and movement. We learned how to become reliant on one another and to find pleasure in such small things. Our story doesn't end here. The story is still being told. As long as our language, culture, and traditions are alive and evolving, we are actively telling the story of who we are and where we have come from. But for now, the story of Hawilti is finished. With beauty may I walk. With beauty before me may I walk. With beauty behind me may I walk. With beauty above me may I walk. With beauty all around me may I walk. It is finished in beauty.
Alright.
It is finished in beauty.
And that was Dahlia. So let me grab this upgrade right here. Here. A long and strange story about the ghost of the well-heeled hobo. Story of the last bottle of Armagnac. Anyway. No, that's the kid that they stuffed in the rain barrel. Okay, so I got a fast travel thing there that gets me to Shiprock. I don't know where that is. We're going to travel there real quick. Hopefully it's with that other cluster of people. Colorado. Oh my gosh. Ugh. Yeah, so there's a campfire right over there. Let's get to it. And then we'll stop and I'll tell you my joke. The Leatherman, whose ghost haunts Connecticut. So, just real quick, so I don't waste the joke. Who out there is still there and is excited to hear a joke? Thank you. Thank you. You're gonna love it. So just hang on. Let me I'm gonna do one of these stories so that it saves, because I'm not sure when it saves, but I know it does after a story. So let me do this real quick.
This boy is capable of some intimidating eye contact. He holds your gaze long enough to make you squirm, and then mercifully breaks the silence. Do you like riddles? He has a dull voice.
Do you like riddles? I do.
Lovely and round, he says. Oh, he's jumping straight into it, huh? I shine with pale light. I am grown in the darkness. I'm a lady's delight. What am I?
Lovely and round, I shine with pale light. I am grown in the darkness. I'm a lady's delight. A A diamond? Grown in the dark? Well, yeah, like a mine, I guess. We'll say a diamond.
A pearl.
A pearl.
That's right. Now your prize. He reaches inside his overalls and freezes. The confident air with which he quizzed you is gone, and you're staring at a pale portrait of horror. He's escaped! The boy screams at you. Run!
What? Alright, well, cool. Let's... Weird way to end. Let's quit. Yes, we're sure we want to leave. Alright, let me get on Reddit real quick and find the joke, and I'll tell you guys. Yeah, you're gonna like it, I promise. Let me pause the music here. Where are my saved posts? Okay. It's kind of long, so bear with me here. You're already laughing. Okay, good. Okay, so a man goes to a fancy restaurant for brunch, and he enjoys an absolutely delectable meal. First, the waiter brings out a cart filled with covered with baskets of fresh fruits flown in from around the world that morning. The man selects which fruits he wants, and the waiter pulls out a juicer and has them squeezed into a glass right there. Next, the waiter brings out a platter of buttery croissants fresh from the oven, along with a tray of butters, jams, and preserves from some of the finest orchards in Europe. When it comes time to order the entree, he selects the Eggs Benedict. The waiter soon returns with all the ingredients on a cart and prepares it right in front of him. At first bite, it seems just as heavenly as the rest of the meal. The prosciutto was sliced and salted perfectly, the eggs were poached for just the right amount of time, and the toast was perfectly crisp without being hard. However, there's just one problem: the hollandaise sauce. The man thinks that it tastes a bit metallic. He looks at the cart and sees the hollandaise sauce sitting there in a silver platter. That must be it. So he flags down the waiter and says, "Sir, the hollandaise sauce on my Eggs Benedict tastes odd, and I think it's due to the plate you served it on. Are you able to go back to the kitchens and sort this out?" So the waiter apologizes profusely and goes back to the kitchen, shortly before returning with a new serving of hollandaise sauce, this time on a golden platter. The man samples it again, but it's the same problem. Even worse, the metallic taste is stronger now. The waiter apologizes once more and heads back into the kitchen to see if they had different sauce plates that weren't silver or gold. At last, he finds one. It's an old chrome plate, a style that was popular back in the 80s, but is tacky by today's standards. Nevertheless, it would have to do. The waiter dusts off the plate, pours on a serving of the hollandaise sauce, and goes back out to present it to the waiting patron. He tastes it with his Eggs Benedict and exclaims, "This is marvelous. This is the best hollandaise sauce I've ever had. Do tell me, how are you able to make it taste so much better this time?" And the waiter leans down and says, "You know what they say, there's no plates like chrome for the hollandaise." Oh my gosh, it's so good. It's so good. Oh man. I almost earlier started talking about Christmas and was like, I've had a Christmas song in my head. There's no place like home for the holidays. But then I was like, oh no, wait. I should just tell the joke later. That would give it away. So there you go. Anyway. I do like Christmas music a lot. I also like... I like specifically, I've got... I have like all the Pentatonix Christmas albums on my iPod, because I like their... I'm not so much a fan of like their poppy contemporary arrangements and stuff, just because I don't really listen to that kind of music, period. But I like what they do with some of the traditional Christmas stuff. Speaking of which, the band at Maddie's school, trying not to explicitly locate where any of us are, their marching band show for this year is Pentatonix themed, which I think is interesting, because Pentatonix is already covering other songs, so the songs really are not connected in any way thematically. But it doesn't really. I mean, they're just pop songs. Not only are they pop songs, but they're sort of dated pop songs, you know. The college band here, their show is neat though. We saw it on Saturday. It's called The Final Frontier, and so it's all space songs. So it's whatever Thus Spake Zarathustra or whatever from 2001. And then I think Mars and Jupiter from Holst, the planets. And I think something from Star Trek. But it was really cool. It sounded really good. Anyway, I think we're done for tonight, you know? I gotta go finish doing some laundry. And I hope that Mitch Match isn't offended that I'm doing a load of laundry here at my apartment instead of at his house. Since that's where I usually do it. I've just had stuff to do on my regular laundry nights, and I desperately needed to do it. I'm on my third string underwear here, so I had to do it. I couldn't wait. So you definitely all needed to know that. Anyway, I guess we're done. Tomorrow we're going to stream the second half of Layers of Fear, and I promise that if you're there for that, at the beginning, we're going to brighten it up enough so that you guys watching can see everything. I promise we'll get it fixed. For you. For you. Anyway, thanks for being here, guys. I really appreciate it. This wouldn't be nearly as much fun without you guys. So you never saw it at all, for real? Gosh. No, anyway, I can't think about it. I'm going to get mad at it again. Anyway, it was just like a deer head on the wall, and it was just creepy looking, because that's creepy looking in real life. And then, like, something scary happened, and you turned around, and it was, like, on the ground. No, there was really a deer head. I'm too scared to troll when I play that. I don't know. The whole thing is weird. It seems like that's a problem that a lot of streamers have or something. Stuff being too dark for the viewers, but not for, you. I think it has to do with like the brightness of your monitor. But anyway, so we'll play that. And hey, take if you haven't taken the poll down below already, there's a new one up. The last one, you guys wanted a game that had a good story and had some action in it, and so once we finish this game, after we finish this game next week, we're going to start a game called Alpha Protocol, which is like a secret agent RPG kind of thing that has some action and is supposed to have a good story. So now this new poll, a lot of the games that I've been playing lately are just like walking around games, and so I want to do something with some gameplay in it. So pick what kind of game you want to see, and I think I'm going to do what Dan suggested at the very beginning. Once a sufficient amount of time has passed, where I know what kind of game I'm going to play, I'll put a new poll up there with some specific game options, and you guys can pick which one you want to see. So just pick whatever you want to see, because I would like to, because these games are interesting and a lot of them have good stories, but I don't really feel, there's a certain feeling of accomplishment whenever you like beat a level of something that I haven't really had since I played like Angry Game Night stuff. So anyway, thanks again for being here. I hope you guys have a good night, what's left of it, and have a good day tomorrow. And hopefully I'll see you back here tomorrow night. So take it easy, guys. Thank you. Thank you. You didn't have to applaud. Thank you very much.